Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is, of course, your boy Bernie here on The Charge. Just wanted to give you an update on this Kevin Durant situation that's really weird. So, according to the NBA, they had an inconclusive test from Kevin Durant, or someone around him tested positive, so they held him out. Then they said, okay, you can come on and play. And then they realized that the other person that he was with tested positive, and so he was out of in the third quarter. So, to me, before we kind of continue the story, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. But this was, to me, was a weird one. And so, what I don't understand, and I keep wanting to know why this is, and I understand that you got to keep testing even after the game because obviously things are time sensitive. But at the same time, what I find annoying is that, okay, now we have to test Kevin Durant once again. We have to test these people so many times. Like, look, at the end of the day, if the person has an inconclusive test, he doesn't get on the court. He doesn't see the players. He's by himself. And that's how you eliminate the contract tracing. As soon as he's cleared to go, you put him out on the court. I don't understand why we have to say, okay, well, it's inconclusive with the other person, so you're good to go. And then all of a sudden, oh, he's positive. No, you can't come. You have to come out. And the NBA, especially Kevin Durant, is telling the NBA world to free him. Free KD is going to be a hashtag trending on Twitter now because of this whole situation. I do agree with Kevin Durant that it is a little bit ridiculous, in my opinion, that, like I said, he was literally fine, an inconclusive test from his friends, and then all of a sudden the other friend gets a positive test, and now he can't play. He's out the third quarter. Obviously, he's frustrated throwing water balls, which I would be too. It's like, you need to be consistent with these rules. If there's an inconclusive test from anybody that you're surrounding yourself with, don't put him out there yet. Hold him up and say, hey, KD, we need to hold you up real quick. One of your boys tested positive, or, one of your girls, one of your boys tested positive, so we need to hold you out until we get their test and see what they're about. And so, to me, I would rather much have that approach where it's like better safe than sorry, than rather than the way that Kevin Durant, instead of the way the NBA handled it. And I do agree with Kevin Durant with the PR press of like, oh, with the abundance of caution. It's like, dude, if it was caution, you would have not put him out there already. And that, to me, is the most frustrating part about this whole COVID protocol from the NBA. It's not about, the dapping up after the games, the security guards pulling him off. You're worried about that stuff, but really what it should be is the testing itself. What I need to see from the NBA is a bit more clarity to let these players know, hey, you cannot go on the court until everybody around you that you were associated with either has their test taken and either they're negative, or if they're positive or inconclusive, you got to sit out and wait until they get. If it's inconclusive, you got to wait and sit out until you get the next test and see if it's positive. That, to me, is more what the NBA should have done. That's what the NBA should be doing. Hold these players out unless you see that it's negative for the people that he associated himself with. Whatever player that is, whether it's Dylan Brooks of the Memphis Grizzlies or whether that's Kevin Durant or LeBron James of the LA Lakers and Brooklyn Nets respectively, right? So that, to me, is the standard that we need to hold the NBA to. We need to put the NBA's feet to the fire a little bit. I think Adam Silver, I know that he's just the commissioner, but at the end of the day, he is the figurehead of this organization, and he needs to figure out that that's the solution that everybody wants. They don't want to go in this route where it's like, okay, the guy around you tested inconclusive, so we're going to put you out there, let you play, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, your boy actually tested positive, so no, you got to sit out. It's like, no, that should not be the case. I'm sorry. The NBA should do a much better job, and I think they do owe Kevin Durant an apology, and I think that they should let him play. I mean, the dude tested negative. I understand that the people around him tested positive and, it doesn't seep in the system and all that stuff. But, man, if I'm Kevin Durant, I'd be pissed too. Because basically you gave Kevin Durant a false sense of hope that he was playing today. He did play today. And then they just took him out. And so, that affects not only the Nets, coming from a coach perspective, that ruins the momentum and the chemistry that you're trying to build with those three guys, with the rest of those guys. So at the end of the day, what I am frustrated in is the fact that we just didn't hold a higher standard. The NBA needs to hold a higher standard when it comes to this stuff, because like I said, I think you're as an NBA fan, we can, and Kevin Durant is 100% right on this. We can see through the BS. So you need to hold yourself to a higher standard. If you're going to say, okay, you know what? Any type of test, whether positive or inconclusive, Obviously positive, no go. But inconclusive, you hold him out until you say, okay, you're good to go. And that to me is the way that the NBA should do it. If I'm Kevin Durant, if I'm the Brooklyn Nets, I am pissed at the NBA. I'm pissed at the testing that they do. And I think they need to hold a different standard as it pertains to testing. Like I said, free Kevin Durant. I agree with Kevin Durant on this one. I'm usually not the biggest Kevin Durant supporter, but I do support him in this statement that, look, you can't just take him out, put him back in, and then take him out again. Like, this to me has the Justin Turner situation from the Dodgers World Series game written all over it. Be precise. Do these tests early so you know that these players are good to go by game time. Whenever their game time is, you got to hold these tests early so they know. So again, guys, like, that's just my opinions. Let me know what you guys think of this whole Kevin Durant situation in the comments down below. Like I said, this to me is probably the most frustrated, I think, as someone that, I'm not the biggest Kevin Durant fan, but I do support him in this situation. Free Kevin Durant, let him play, since apparently his tests are inconclusive. I mean, it's just ridiculous the way that the NBA is handling this. Usually the NBA is on top of things. Today, I think they dropped the ball, and this is a big one because now it's going to set a precedent for basically all these teams and what they need to do. But anyway, guys, leave a comment, leave a like, leave a subscribe. Make sure, guys, check out the daily live stream Monday through Friday. Thursdays are probably going to be most likely a video. I'll update you guys. We're also going to be opening up a Discord starting Monday. Discord on Monday. You guys can join the channel. I'll make sure to send an invite or put a link in the description of my comments and all this other stuff. But anyway, guys, like I said, please leave a like, please leave a subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.